All right, what's good, everybody? Let's get into this weekly overview real quick. It is Sunday, October 23rd. We're getting into the last week of the month, last trading week. As we look from the monthly perspective, the markets have maintained its bullish structure. You can see US 30 has made its pullback up to here, but we are coming off of maintaining this beautiful structure here on the monthly after retesting kind of this high here. As we can see, it came in. We've got a nice rejection there. We're also looking at NAS 100 possibly closing above. If we start to see these markets close as inside bars this month, then we could possibly see these markets start to reverse. Now, what do we also see from the weekly? Okay, it looks like we're going to be pulling up into this imbalance area here. So that is what we're eyeballing. Okay, from the higher time frame, NAS 100, we can see if this does turn into a pullback, we'll get a rejection here, of course, and we'll have that start to break back down. All right, so it's a very important phase that we're sitting at right now. Now, going off of US 30, we can see as we go into the daily time frame that it does have a double bottom. Okay, so we've had this trend break I talked about probably about 2 weeks ago, maybe a week or two ago. The trend break came in. We got the sell down. It did not break the structure. It did fill an imbalance and then closed very strongly with a break of new structure. So now what we're looking for is a pullback. Okay. And then we'll see if this type of movement here is maintained. All right. Our entry will be right up between 3,500 and 3619 on US 30. On NAS, we can see the same format. We've got an inverted coming into play here. And we can also see within that inverted, it did give us an imbalance fill, give us an engulfing pattern on a daily. We'd of course look that to fill 50%. And then after dropping down by morning, maybe we'll see that come up like so. DXY I have coming up first. As we can see, that's happened early out the gate. Once that pullback happens, we'd like to see this go ahead and continue to the downside. Okay, just in this fashion here. And why is this the case? Well, we can obviously see that the market did hold this structure. Okay, if it's going to sell, we're going to see that come up first, break downwards, and then continue on to finish out the month. We can see US 30 seems to be ready to make that pullback. Let's go look at the hour real quick. So if we wanted to possibly take a pullback, I was going to sell tonight and buy in the morning. I would want to let this hour close out. Actually, it looks like we're coming into, okay, here we go. So we're already breaking. All right, so here's our O candle. I'm going to look for a short position off of there, maybe through the night, stop loss behind structure. I could sell down to buy up if I wanted to. Completely up to you. Completely up to you. Other than that, so we're looking at gold. It did catch a double bottom here. So now we are pulling back up. Now, it's important here. Let's go look at the daily. That would take a look at this. All right. So we have a beautiful engulfing pattern. We do have two morning stars. Now we're starting to talk about, are we going to start going into this new gold standard, right? That we did have a discussion with Mike about. So if this does decide to go bullish, as we see the DXY, we're going to have a nice pullback here into the neckline of the double bottom. And then this shall continue forward, and we will see what happens when we if we can break this high and meet maybe 1690 structure level here. So, okay. And then maybe after that pullback, maybe we'll start to see the markets something of this nature. We will see. If not, then of course we'll see this continue to break trend, okay, and go top side. So what that would look like for us here, so we get the retracement there to kind of break, and then continue, okay, and working from there. But we are coming to the end of the month, so keep an eye out there. We can see Bitcoin is still maintaining. We've got a nice pullback here, so not a bad time to start putting back into your crypto, just a little bit at a time, nothing crazy, because we are maintaining a beautiful support area, okay? All we need is a new high. Once a new high is made, we will start to see these proceed to the top side. Same with Ethereum. Also seem to maintain this level of support here. And I'm sure I could get a little more detail just to get the most hits to this area, because that's where you're going to want to intend to start to purchase. Now, if you're investing in crypto, of course, do not put all your eggs in one basket. But yeah, I would say it doesn't hurt to kind of get your portfolio running. BlackRock did end up breaking back above. We got a beautiful inverted looking thing here. Now, we do have this high right shoulder. So the most I'm looking for is just a retracement here, and then you should start investing in BlackRock, like Mike and I had, Mike had mostly discussed about, because they're invested into so many different avenues. So it's a great position to put your money currently. We're starting to see, let me take a look at these airlines. And not a bad time possibly to get involved in the airlines as well. So let me go look at I do want to bring up Apple. Apple's nice little double bottom going on, not a bad time if you want to start stacking that portfolio. We'll see what happens with Tesla. Tesla's kind of sitting at that 200 section, but we know the valuation of Tesla could rise depending on the next steps with Elon and where they decide to take the company there and after. So do your research, see where they're at. Honestly, Teslas aren't a bad investment. I think for a while, you're still just getting started. There's still so much going on for that company. So take a look. Netflix took off after hitting 175. We got a beautiful pull up from that area on the monthly, nice monthly engulfing. So I don't know what may go down, but it looks like Netflix could have the potential to see some rise for a while. Now I'm going to take a look down here just to see what kind of support areas here. Okay, so we can see back here if they created this nice bullish engulfing. All right. And I'm going to solidify that like so. Okay, so I did catch support there. Why is that? Because as we can see, created your engulfing. The market did find this and test this area as a support, right? So we do have that retracement on this candle, as you can see. All right, beautifully. And then it continued upwards. So that is a pretty strong area of support and resistance, okay? As we can see, it caught that support and has been buying up since then. So if you did invest in Netflix, you caught it at that 160 area and was able to rise it up almost double to 300. So it would have been a great investment. Oil potentially, let's see, could still fall. Let's see the monthly real quick. All right, so we would really like to see this monthly close out as an engulfing if we're going to see further movement to the top side, right? But as we can see, it hasn't. The weekly is crossed. You can see we were tracking oil to the downside. It then tried to come up and give you a Morningstar pattern, only for that Morningstar pattern to then present you an inside bar at this same level of a resistance here, right? So it is failing to close above the high. So now we got a new lower high, lower low, lower high. We're looking for the next lower low. And oil can potentially continue downwards. Neckline retest. We do have a possible double top action going on here. Pretty simple. Went over that, went over gold. Let's look at some Forex pairs real quick, just so we can get an idea. So from the weekly, you can see GJ's maintain the bullish bias. We can go to the daily and see that we've had a wonderful rejection here. I can see that we did pull back as anticipated. We've maintained a 786. We can see tonight this can give us a engulfing into tomorrow. So let's see if I was going to take a trade on this. Can I get a retracement? It's already kind of happened in here. We've got a nice Morningstar pattern. So I'm going to potentially look for this to continue to the top side. Okay, guys, nothing crazy to make new highs. Oops, it's F12, sorry about that. Let's get rid of this. So now can we see this continue to the top side like so? Maintaining this level of structure down here. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this. So now you're looking at something like that. We're gonna take a long position around here. Now, stop loss astronomical, right? So you're not going to want to go crazy because I do put this potentially now next meeting 174, 175, followed by 180. Now, if you're long-term trading this and you're going to swing, that's about what you're going to look for. On GJ, on GU, I've also seen if this can come down during London, break our high, and we can see where this resistance level has been held, but we need this broken. Okay, retest and continue. Okay, and that's how we're rocking that out with the DXY. All these things are lighting up pretty nicely. I think that is all I have for you guys. That's the crypto list we're tracking. So I'm going to be loading a few accounts over the next couple of months. CD CAD's on its way up. I'm not really tracking any of these. AU. The AU finish the drop. Yes, it did. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, so we did discuss. Okay, the market did find a nice. Bam. Okay, so here we have again this unchecked area. This fair value gap is filled on the right side. It has met a nice support level. Okay, this was resistance. As we can see, the market did go bullish, close below. Next candle, close below. Rejection down, okay? And then the next one blasted forward and broke the high. So this here has filled that component, okay? On the weekly, the fair value gap, the imbalance, all taken care of. We're seeing we are over sold here. So let's go into the daily. Let's go to 4 hours, probably a little cleaner to see. All right, so do we have the ability here? Okay, there's our support, then became resistance, all right? And we can see your support here. So we potentially would look for this market to pull back, as we can already see in the fashion that it's doing, fill this imbalance here. And if we're going to go bullish, as we can see with the DXY, we will continue forward as such. Let's not make this difficult. If you're trading a small account, AUD USD is definitely where it's at. For those that you're fairly new and you're using maybe $200, $300, you can make very good money off of AUD USD. Just take your time, follow your plan. That is definitely it. That's all I'm tracking. So pretty easy week, I think, ahead of us, especially with the DXY.